What if the very pain that breaks you is the same pain that shapes you? Asterisk, this is the story of Dan, a boy who lost his father at the tender age of 5. A boy who laid down his own childhood dreams so his younger siblings could hold on to theirs. Dan's father died when he was only 5 years old. His father died of heart disease. From that day, it was only Dan's mother who struggled to raise him and his 2 younger siblings. She worked in a small restaurant, washing dishes and serving food. The money she made was so little that it could not take care of the family. Asterisk, Dan saw how hard life was for his mother. He wanted to help her. So, he made a big sacrifice. He stopped going to school so his younger siblings could continue their education. Asterisk, there was a kind woman in their area called Mommy Joy. She sold fruits. Dan went to her one day and said, "Please, I want to work. I want to help my mother." Asterisk, Mommy Joy gave him a chance. She asked him to hawk oranges for her. The pay was not much, but Dan was grateful. The little money he made, plus what his mother earned from the restaurant, was used to keep his siblings in school. Asterisk, years passed. When Dan turned 15, he woke up one morning and told his mother, "Mama, I don't want us to live this poor life anymore. I want to go to the city, work hard, and make money. I will come back and take care of you." Asterisk, his mother's eyes filled with tears. She said, "Dan, you are still young. You have no one in the city. Who will you stay with?" Asterisk, but Dan replied, "Mama, don't worry. I will struggle. I will find my way." Asterisk, on the day he left, his mother followed him to the park. She wept bitterly as the bus drove off with her son. Asterisk, life in the city was very hard. Dan had no place to sleep, so he stayed under a bridge. On his very first day, thieves stole his small phone and all his belongings. He was left with only the clothes he was wearing. Asterisk, to survive, Dan began to carry loads for women in the market. He worked hard every day. People soon noticed that he was honest and obedient. Asterisk, one day, a woman he often helped looked at him and said, "Dan, you are too young to be here. You should be in school." Asterisk, hearing this, Dan began to cry. The woman asked, "Why are you crying?" Asterisk, with tears in his eyes, Dan told her his story about his father, about his mother, and about why he left home. He also told her, "I believe one day somebody will find me and change my life." Asterisk, the woman touched his shoulder gently and said, "That person you are waiting for is me." Asterisk, that very day, she took him into her home. She introduced him to her husband and her children. Asterisk, that night, her husband asked her, "What do you plan to do with this boy?" Asterisk, she answered, "I want to help him achieve his dreams." Asterisk, the next morning, they asked Dan, "What do you want for your future?" Asterisk, Dan replied with courage, "I want to go back to school. I want to become a doctor. If my father had received proper medical care, he would not have died. I want to save other people from dying the way my father did." Asterisk, the couple agreed. They sent Dan to school. Asterisk, Dan studied very hard. After he finished higher institution, he won a scholarship to study abroad. Asterisk, in the new country, Dan met a young woman called Joy. Unlike him, Joy was from a rich family. Her parents sent her abroad to study with all the comfort she could ever need. Asterisk, at first, they were very different. But Joy noticed something about Dan. He was serious, disciplined, and always focused. One day she said to him, "You study as if your life depends on it." Dan gave a small smile and replied, "Because it does. My dream is not just for me. I want to be a doctor so that no child will lose a parent the way I lost mine." Joy was touched. Their friendship grew stronger, and she supported him through his studies. After many years, Dan graduated as one of the best doctors. But he did not forget where he came from. He returned home to his country. In his village, he built a health center in memory of his father. On the wall of the hospital, he wrote these words, "For every family that cannot afford care, this place is for you." When his mother saw it, she wept for joy. Mommy Joy, the fruit seller, was there too. And so was the woman who had rescued him from the market. The whole community gathered to see how a boy who once hawked oranges and lived under a bridge had now become a doctor, a healer of many. Later, Dan and Joy got married. Together, they built more hospitals, gave scholarships to poor children, and inspired many others. Dan's life became a shining testimony that pain can give birth to purpose, that one act of kindness can change a destiny, and that sometimes the poorest child in the village can rise to heal a nation.